Okay, welcome to this video, which is on making a foot or the feet. So, what are we going to make? Well, we're going to make a structure that looks like this and like this. So remember, the feet are just mirror images of each other. So if you can make one foot, you can make the other foot. You just have to reverse the image. So just pop them to one side for 1 second. What it would be good to start off with is if you could just draw around one of your feet. So this is my left foot. Do the best that you can. Make sure that the outline joins up as you go around. I used a Sharpie. It's just easier to see. Now, you have to decide, do you want to make a shoe or a foot? So if you want to make a shoe, use the outline that you've drawn around, and that will be approximately the right size for a shoe. If you want to make a foot, you're going to have to make a shape inside this that reflects this shape. That's going to be approximately 15%, maybe a couple of percent more, so 17%, 15 to 17% less than this shape in terms of the area. So if I just have a go at drawing out a foot as opposed to a shoe, we're talking a shape that looks approximately like that. Now, there's a tendency when you're making the model to slightly oversize your model. So if you want to take a few millimeters off each cut, that might help in terms of sizing correctly. Obviously, if you want to put a foot into a shoe, it has to be less than the shoe size. So the only issue with this shape is that it's going to be quite complex to make. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the shape of the foot or the shoe to lines and angles that you can easily make out from your outline. So what do I mean by that? I mean, take a ruler and try and approximate into fewer lines as possible, lines that you can see on your foot. So just have a go at this. What I would also suggest is that when it comes to the heel, try and make the heel straight, because it's just going to be easier on your model. Might also be worth making the very front of your model having a straight section as well. It becomes easier for representing the shoe shape. So there we go, that's what I've done. I've straightened off the back of the heel, and I've turned the inner shape here, because I want to create a foot, into a more linear geometry. So if you do the same, you then have a set of different lengths that you can cut your cardboard edging down to, and then you can arrange it along those lengths and glue it together. Now, I can show you for my foot, but your foot is going to be a unique geometry. It could be smaller than my foot, it could be larger than my foot. So it's up to you to make this shape, make this outline, decide if you want to reduce it down to make a foot as opposed to a shoe, and to draw on the lines that are going to represent the lengths that you're going to cut. When you've created your outline, what you're going to do is just add the pieces and glue them together. So like I say, it's just a case of you cutting lengths that represent the lines that you've drawn out around your outline and gluing them together. So my foot, it came out like this, and I glued it together like this. I put a heel at the back, nice flat section, and I put a front flat as well. And I created a diagonal this side, diagonal this side. I've got one long length on one side, that's the inside side, and a shorter straight on the outside side. And what you end up with is this boat shape, for want of a better word. Now, to create the effect of a foot, what we're going to do is we're going to add in essentially what I call the boathouse. So this is just the risers from the flat of your foot on the floor, the sole of your foot, up to your ankle joint. And the ankle joint is going to match up with the bottom of the ankle joint cross section from the lower leg. So what you're going to end up with is something that looks like that. Now, you don't necessarily need to measure this dimension because you've already got it from the bottom of here. So it makes it nice and easy to join them together because you're not having to re-measure dimensions. So just either measure this again from the model that you've made, or if you've written it down, just use those dimensions to make up a square that's going to sit on top of the boat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some riser pieces. So from the sole to the ankle joint, we want riser pieces cut that go up. So what you should end up with is some riser pieces like this, 4 of them, representing the back of your ankle and the front of your ankle. And then you are going to have a square on the top that approximates to the lower leg, the cross section of the lower leg at the ankle.